This program is brought to you by the Waco Rotary Club, Central Texas News Now, and limited commercials provided by Baylor Mind Body Medicine Research Lab. 11 schools, 10 matches, 1 champion. This is the 2019 Rotary Challenge.
Well, it's finally here, the finals to our 2019 Waco Rotary Challenge. And what are the winners going home with? Well, you see it right here. A beautiful trophy to display at their schools, a bunch of individual awards for first and second place. And the cool thing, because what we want to do is support knowledge, right? The first place team gets $1,000 to their school library fund. Second place gets $500. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to the wonderful people that make this possible, our judges who get this whole show on the road. John Hendrickson, Catherine Logue, and Vic Davenigam, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. For those of you that want to follow along and play at home, the game's pretty simple. Our two teams know it. I'm going to explain it to you. Round 1, questions worth 5 and 10 points each. I finish the question, they buzz in, get a chance to score. They miss it, other team gets to steal. The team that's trailing after the first round, well, they'll go first in our second round, the Blitz. 3 categories, 1 minute to answer as many questions from that category as we possibly can. And in round 3, well, it's kind of exactly like round 1, only everything's worth a little bit more. First off, let's start with our defending champions, Waco High, who are absolutely ready to get this one going after a thriller of a semifinal. Captain Boots Felton, Libby Grant, Will Grant, and Maddie Lacey join us today. And then from the other side of the bracket, the Midway Panthers, captained by Alex Aragon, Jess Best, Emily Kate Mosley, and Vincent Micas rounds out the team. So what does it mean? Means we got 10 minutes on the clock to see how many points we can get in this first round. I'm your host, Micah Fleet, and we start right now. For 5 points, which type of surgery uses grafts to circumvent blocked coronary arteries? Stepping over to Waco.
A bypass?
Is correct for 5 points. Another 5, what 9-letter word means having to do with a city? Over Waco again.
Municipal?
Is correct. For the next one for 10, we got about 9 minutes left to play in the first round. When the solar wind collides with the Earth's magnetic field, we observe what effect?
Borealis.
Is correct, Emily Kate, for 10. This next one also worth 5. In what country did the goldfish originate? In what country did the goldfish originate? Over to Waco.
China?
China is correct. Will for 5 points. Next one worth 10. Most of the body's cholesterol is produced by cells of which organ? Most of the body's cholesterol is produced by cells of which organ? Where are we going? We're going over to Waco.
The heart.
Is incorrect. Midway with a chance to steal now.
The liver.
Is correct, Vincent, for 10 points. Next one also worth 10. It's a math question, so please be ready. A ball rolls down an inclined plane with uniform acceleration. At the end of 1 second, it has traveled 1 foot. After 2 seconds, the ball has traveled 4 feet. What is the total distance the ball will have traveled after 3 seconds? Buzz in, Jess.
6.
Is incorrect.
7.
Is incorrect. 9 feet. 9 feet is what we were looking for. This next one is worth 5 points. This organization, founded in 1928, prepares high school students for careers in agriculture. Go ahead and name it. Stepping over to Boots.
4-H?
Judges? Sorry, cannot accept that for 5 points. Midway with a chance to steal here. This organization, founded in 1928, prepares high school students for careers in agriculture. Name it.
Future Farmers of America.
Is correct for 5 points. We got about 6:50 left to play in this one. We're going to pick it back up right now. 10 points. This island in the Marianas chain is a self-governing United States territory whose slogan is, "Where America's Day Begins." What is the name of this island? Boots.
U.S. Virgin Islands?
Is incorrect. Midway with a chance to steal.
Puerto Rico.
Is incorrect. Guam. Guam is what we were looking for. Next one is a spelling question. 6:15 to play. It's worth 5. How do you spell comparatively? Step it over to Midway.
C-O-M-P-A-R-I-T-E-V-L-Y.
Sorry, that is incorrect. Going over to Waco now. How do you spell comparatively?
C-O-M-P-A-R-A-T-I-V-E-L-Y.
Is correct. Boots for 5 points. For 5, Norwegians claim that 90% of what destructive precipitation affecting their country actually originates in other countries. Maddie.
Acid rain?
Is correct. for 5 points. 5 minutes left to play here in the first round. This next one worth 10. Score update all tied 25-25. Next one worth 10. Where in the Bible are found the words, "Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over"? Boots
Revelations.
is incorrect. Chance to steal for Midway now.
Psalms.
Are we gonna, nope, we need that to be more specific. Looking for a specific number. Sorry, Psalm 23. Psalm 23 is what we were hoping for. This next one worth 5, 4:15 left to play. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association members annually vote and bestow what awards that are a good indicator as to the winners of the Oscars?
The Golden Globes.
Is correct. Will, thank you. Next one, 10 points. What veteran of the Mexican-American War was the last president to own slaves while in office? Boots.
Zachary Taylor.
Is correct for 10 points. For 10 points, shogun is to samurai as overlord is to what? Will.
Knight.
We will take that. Vassal would also be acceptable. 10 points for the next one. A bird is considered a fledgling when it breaks out of the shell, leaves the nest, develops flying feathers, is dependent for food, or breaks a wing. Multiple choice, I'll read it again. A bird is considered a fledgling when it breaks out of the shell, leaves the nest, develops flying feathers, is dependent for food, or breaks a wing. Over to Wake Up.
Develops flying feathers.
Is correct for 10 points. 2:45 left to play in the first round. Score update coming in just a second. For 5 points now, which parable did Jesus tell in response to the question, "And who is my neighbor?"
The Good Samaritan.
Is correct for another 5. 2:30 left to play in the first round now. For 10 points, this next one. What does Scottish poet Robert Burns say is like a red, red rose? Well, again,
Love.
is also correct for an additional 10. Just about 2 minutes left to play here. Score in terms Waco 75, Midway 25 trailing. This next question is worth 10. It can be powered with butane or a cord to a household plug. It consists of a handle, a cylindrical metal rod that heats up, and a clip for holding hair around it. What styling implement is it? Judges? We're going over to Midway. Curling iron is correct, Emily Kate. Next one also worth 10. According to a study published in the British journal Lancet, what infant food was linked to higher IQs in high school children? Will.
Fish.
Incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Midway to steal, available for 10. According to a study published in the British journal Lancet, what infant food was linked to higher IQs in high school children? Incorrect. Mother's milk. Mother's milk is what we were looking for with that one. 5 points available for the next question. Which of these animals is sterile? Donkey, mule, sloth, flying squirrel, or armadillo? Unfortunately, Waco did buzz in early. That means Midway is the only one that gets a chance to answer. Which of these animals is sterile? Donkey, mule, sloth, flying squirrel, or armadillo?
Donkey.
Incorrect. Mule. Mule is what we were hoping for. About 45 left to play here in the first round. Next one is worth 10. There are only 3 states that are smaller than this state, but no state produces more of a variety of manufactured goods. It has a 48-mile border with another state on the north, and the rest of the state is surrounded by water. The Hudson River, the Delaware Bay, the Delaware River, and the Atlantic Ocean. Name this middle Atlantic state. Alex.
New Jersey.
Is correct for 10 points, and that takes us to the end of the first round. Waco actually in the lead right now, 75, Midway with 45. We're going to do the blitz here in just a second. 3 categories, and we're going to learn a little bit more about our teams in just a second.
Central Texans, we get up, we get dressed, and we get going. But what's missing to make your morning a good morning?
How about what's new?
What's now and what's next?
Plus, weather on the 5s. That's up to the moment forecasts every 10 minutes. Rain chances are up to 90%, so be prepared.
Plus updates on the latest road conditions and traffic. so you know before you go.
Here is a live look at the interstate.
Get what's missing with Good Morning Texas. Mornings, 4:30 to 7.
Welcome back to our finals round of the 2019 Rotary Challenge. Right now, Waco in the lead over Midway, 75-45. We're going to check in with Panthers captain Alex Aragon. And Alex, you and I were talking. You were telling me you play the saxophone.
I do. I play the saxophone with the Midway Band, and then also I play in the jazz band.
Oh, jazz. Do you want to talk about one of my favorite kinds of music? That is it right there. Maybe we'll get lucky, get a little bit of music in our 3 categories for the Blitz. If you forgot how to play, it's pretty simple. You got 3 categories. The team that's trailing, which is Midway, is going to get a chance to pick from those 3 categories. I'll put a minute on the clock. They'll answer as many questions as they can in that minute. But here's the rub. For the questions that they get wrong, Waco gets a chance to steal, so they're still going to need to pay attention. Let's go ahead and fire up this first game. Here are our 3 categories. The first, synonyms, hot, and 9th century.
We're going to go with hot.
We're going to play hot. All right. Hot. All of the following have the word hot in the answer. 1 minute on the clock to see how many of these that we can get through. Waco, for the ones that they miss, are going to have a chance to steal. And our 1 minute starts right now. These are places where naturally heated water comes to the surface of the earth.
Hot spring.
Correct. This is a legal term for following a fleeing suspect across territorial lines.
Hot pursuit.
Correct. Slang for electric chair, it's also a position of uneasiness or anxiety.
Hot seat.
Is correct. This is a common method of starting a car without its key.
Hot wire.
Correct. Smaller than a swimming pool, it's filled with warm, bubbly water.
Hot tub.
Correct. The sensation of a wave of fever passing over the body is known as what? Correct. A small portable device for cooking food is called what? Is correct. Chili and other spicy foods are flavored with what?
Hot
15
sauce.
seconds.
Hot sauce.
Incorrect. This is a yellow-skinned people of southern Africa. 5 to go. You can pass.
Pass.
This can refer to a fast freight train or to a person who regards himself as an expert.
Hothead.
We are out of time. You did not get that one in. I'm sorry. But wow, 7 is what we got right. That means we've got 3 left in play for Waco to get a crack at. Remember, you don't have to buzz in for the Blitz. You can confer, and anyone can answer. The only rule that's a little bit different from what we just did is that you can't pass. I need an answer for these. So remember, the category is hot, and all of the following have the word hot in the answer. We start with this. Chili and other spicy foods are flavored with what?
Hot chilies.
We will accept that. Hot pepper also would have worked. This is a yellow-skinned people of southern Africa. Gonna need an answer almost out of time.
Hatus.
Incorrect. The next one, this can refer to a fast freight train or to a person who regards himself as an expert.
Hot shot.
Is correct. 2 of the 3 we end up coming away with, and it looks pretty good, but you guys still have 2 categories to choose from. Midway, you're going to get a chance to steal if they do miss some. Score as it sits right now, Waco with 95, Midway with 115. 2 categories left to play, and here they are. 9th century or synonyms, and now synonyms is a multiple choice vocabulary quiz.
9th century.
9th century is where we're going, and our time for 1 minute starts right now. What Byzantine civil law did Basil I undertake a monumental revision of 300 years after it was proclaimed?
Pass.
From what country did the Japanese monk Saicho import the Tendai Buddhist sect?
China.
Is correct. What became the primary staple of Eastern North American Indians?
Maize.
I need an answer.
Corn. Maize.
Is correct. What empire that included present-day France and Germany broke up into 3 kingdoms in 843?
Francia.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. What ancient city did the Arabs sack in 846? 15 seconds.
Jerusalem.
Is incorrect. In 844, Kenneth I Mac Alpine became the first king of what country?
Scotland.
Is correct. In 895, the Fujiwaras became the ruling family of what country?
Japan.
is correct, and we are out of time. Made it through 7, got 4 of them right. That means 3 are up for grabs, as Midway will get a chance to respond and steal. Judges coming up with that score here in just a second for us. Remember, no time limit on these answers. Nobody has to buzz in. Anyone can answer, but you just can't pass. I need an answer as we go through it. The score, as it sits right now, as I get the update, is Midway 115, Waco 135. So, with 3 to go through, you could take back the lead with this. Remember, the category is 9th century. Here is your first question. What Byzantine civil law did Basil I undertake a monumental revision of 300 years after it was proclaimed?
Justinian's Code.
Is correct. What empire that included present-day France and Germany broke up into 3 kingdoms in 843?
The Holy Roman Empire?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The Frankish Empire is what we were looking for. Last one. What ancient city did the Arabs sack in 846? It's right there. Judges say we're out of time. Rome. Rome is what we were hoping for. Finals, or excuse me, not the final score. Just before the final round, we got 135 to 125. Waco in the lead, but can our defending champions hang on in round number 3, where the questions are worth more and they get a little bit more difficult? We're going to find out in just a second.
Make sure you're prepared when severe weather strikes so you're not left in the dark. Every emergency supply kit needs to have a flashlight and extra batteries. And of course, have your First Alert Central Texas weather app on all your favorite devices.
Of course, we want to thank our Rotary Club of Waco for supplying us with our wonderful judges today. We have Sabrina Moore, an investment advisor for Disciplined Investors, and Vic Davenigam, who is a local county court law judge. Wouldn't be able to do anything without you guys. Thanks for being here. It's our final round of the final match of our 2019 Rotary Challenge. What's the score? Good question. Waco with 135, Midway with 125, defending champs captained by Boots Felton. Boots, after that semifinal rush, you guys back in the lead. Are you feeling confident?
We are. We're going to keep doing what we're doing.
Seems like a good strategy so far. See if it works out for you. Remember, the third round, pretty easy to take care of. We play it just like the first, only the questions are worth a lot more. Most important rule, let me finish the question before we buzz in. After that, if you miss it, they get to steal. If you get it right, you get the points. If you don't, you don't. 10 minutes to get through as many of these questions as we possibly can, and our 10 minutes starts right now. For 15, the world's largest island, Greenland, is controlled by Denmark. Which country controls 3 of the world's 6 largest islands? Stepping over to Will.
Canada?
Incorrect. Midway with a chance to steal.
New Zealand?
Incorrect. Indonesia. Indonesia is what we were hoping for. All right, all of these next questions, their answers will be years ending in 92. Tell me the years in which the following events occurred. For 5 points, Piero de' Medici becomes ruler of Florence and Leonardo da Vinci designs a flying machine. Judges, step it over to Midway.
1792.
Incorrect. Waco with a chance to steal.
It's the 1592. 1592.
Is incorrect. 1492 is what we were hoping for. Next one is for 10. William III of England defeats a French invasion, while a college named after the king and his wife, William and Mary, is founded in Virginia. Stepping over to Waco.
1692.
1692 is correct for 10. For 15, Denmark becomes the first nation ever to abolish the slave trade, and Austria, Prussia, and Sardinia wage the war of the first coalition against France. Emily Kate.
1792.
Is correct for 15. Next one, and the last question in this category, is available for 20. The Portuguese founded a colony on Mombasa in what is now Kenya, and French writer Montaigne dies. Alex.
92.
Incorrect. Boots.
1592.
Is correct for 20 points. 8 minutes left to play. Score update coming shortly. For 15, grass is the most abundant of plant life. It ranges from species as small as 1/3 of an inch at maturity to plants such as corn and sugar that can grow as tall as 12 feet. But of all grasses, which grows the tallest?
Bamboo.
Judges, we're stepping over to Waco.
Bamboo.
Is correct for 15. Score as it sits right now, Midway 130, Waco 185. Still got about 7 minutes to play here in the final round. Next one worth 15. Which precious mineral product accounts for about 4/5 of Botswana's exports? Boots.
Cobalt.
Incorrect. Midway with a chance to steal for 15. Which precious mineral product accounts for about 4/5 of Botswana's exports?
Copper.
Incorrect. Diamond. Diamond. For 20, controversy surrounded the publication of Wen Ho Lee's autobiography, My Country versus Me. Accused of espionage, this Chinese-American scientist worked at which New Mexico laboratory?
Los Alamos.
Is correct for 20 points. About 6:30 left to play. Next one worth 15. No doubt the most valuable object ever stolen. It vanished from the Louvre in 1911, but was recovered. Name it. Judges, over to Waco.
Mona Lisa.
Is correct for 15. Next one, also a categorical question. In Prokofiev's Peter and the Wolf, the characters are portrayed by different musical instruments. For instance, the oboe represents the duck and the clarinet describes the cat. Give the instrument that represents these characters. For 5 points, Peter.
Flute.
Incorrect. Chance to steal.
Bassoon.
Incorrect. Strings is what we were hoping for. For 10, bird.
Trumpet.
Incorrect.
The flute.
Is correct for 10. Next one worth 15, wolf.
Percussion.
Incorrect. Chance to steal.
Trumpet.
Incorrect. French horn. French horn. And for 20, the final one of this subject, the hunters.
The trumpet.
The hunters are not the trumpet. No. Answer for Midway for 20.
Percussion.
We will take that for 20. Drums. Drums is what we were hoping for. Next up, our video question. I'm going to need a little help for this one. Contestants, pay attention to the screen.
What two countries held a symbolic groundbreaking ceremony for reconnecting and repairing roads and railways across the divided peninsula?
Boots.
North and South Korea.
Is correct for 10 points. Got about 4:45 left to play here. Score getting updated as we speak. These next few questions are going to deal with the subject of mass media. Mass media is where we're going to go. The first one is available for 5. Is the percentage of advertising matter higher in the average newspaper, the average radio show, or the average TV program? Boots.
Average radio show.
Incorrect. Is the percentage of advertising matter higher in the average newspaper, radio show, or TV program?
TV.
Incorrect. Newspaper. Score Midway 160, Waco 235. 4 minutes left to play. For 10 points in the subject of mass media, what newspaper bought the Cubs from the Wrigley family in 1981? Boots.
Chicago Tribune.
Is correct for 10 points. This is the last one of mass communication. What name is given to the short announcements that separate TV programs from commercials?
Ads.
Incorrect. What name is given to the short announcements that separate TV programs from commercials?
Interludes.
Incorrect. Bumpers. Bumpers is what we're going for. Little less than 3 minutes to play in the game. This next one is worth 15 and we are out of mass media. What 4-syllable adjective applies to resources such as forests and water, but not to petroleum and diamonds? Judges?
Renewable.
To Waco. Renewable is correct. For 20, what E term in biology is used to describe a disease which is always present at low levels in a population? Dormant is incorrect. What E term in biology is used to describe a disease which is always present at low levels in a population? Waco with a chance to steal for 20.
Is it endemic?
Endemic is correct. Just over 2 minutes left to play here. Score update, Midway 160, Waco in the lead with 270. These next few questions are going to be about musical instruments. Musical instruments. For 5 points, which single reed woodwind instrument is most commonly pitched in B flat or A? Emily Kate.
Clarinet.
Is correct. For 10 points, which brass instrument is rarely used in symphonic music? The trumpet, French horn, cornet, tuba, or trombone? Judges, going to Waco.
The cornet.
Cornet is correct. For 15 now, what's the highest pitched of an orchestra's double reed instruments? Vincent.
Oboe.
Is correct. Which two instruments in the symphony orchestra are the most ancient? Boots.
The cello and the bass.
Is incorrect. Chance to steal for Midway now for 20. Which two instruments in the symphony orchestra are the most ancient?
The harp and the trumpet?
Incorrect. The drum and the flute. The drum and the flute. Less than a minute to play now. This one's available for 20, and we are done with musical instruments. For 20 points, what nation did Germany annex in its 1938 Anschluss?
Austria.
Is correct for 20. For 15 with 40 seconds to play. Nobody can cross the moor without being attacked by a supernatural beast in which Sherlock Holmes story?
Count of the Baskervilles.
Is correct for 15. 30 seconds left to play. For another 15, an F minor chord consists of F, A flat, and what other note?
D.
Is incorrect. Midway with a chance to steal. An F minor chord consists of F, A flat, and what other note?
C flat.
I'm sorry, just a C. Just a standard C. For 15, this will be our last question. Name the song whose chorus is yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Name the song whose chorus is yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Sorry.
Emily Kate?
Mo Bamba?
Great guess, but no, I'm sorry. We're going to step over here to Waco now. Name the song whose chorus is yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Someone's like bottles of beer on the wall.
Yeah.
29 bottles.
I think I'm a.
We're almost out of time. Boots?
We are the champions.
Yes, you are, but that is not the correct answer. It's Dead Man's Chest. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. That's what we were looking for. Final score, Waco gets the win, 325 to Midway's 180. What a heck of a game. You guys decided to have some fun with me on the songs, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's what we're trying to do. Who takes home the 1,000 and the trophy? Well, it's deja vu all over again. Waco with the win. Congratulations to you guys. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Fantastic job. Thank you to everyone who helped putting this together. I hope you enjoyed it because I know we had fun. For your 2019 Rotary Challenge, I've been your host, Micah Fleet, and even though this is over, keep learning.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our Rotary Challenge. We hope you liked it, and you may have noticed that there weren't as many commercials. Now that's thanks to our wonderful sponsors, the Baylor Mind Body Medicine Research Lab, and here with me now is Dr. Gary Elkins. Dr. Elkins, you've been researching how hypnosis may be helping reduce hot flashes.
Yeah, so we are conducting a randomized clinical trial of hypnosis to improve hot flashes and to improve sleep. We're currently recruiting about 120 postmenopausal women or breast cancer survivors who can also have hot flashes.
Now I know there's a lot of misconceptions with hypnosis. It's not like you have the swinging watch, right?
Right.
Tell us more about that.
That's right. So the term hypnosis has been around for a long time. In about the past 50 years, it's been the subject of serious scientific research. In the case of hot flashes, we give suggestions for coolness and regulating body temperature. In the present study, what we're looking to see is if it can be self-administered through home practice with a toolkit.
So you say you're recruiting for this
Yes.
study, right? How can women get in contact with you guys to learn more about this?
The easiest way is to call the Mind Body Medicine Research Lab. That phone number is 296 0824.
All right. Dr. Elkins, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Central Texas News Now news app. Search KXXV in your app store.